RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Macias Insurance Agency, your local independent insurance agent. Andy's Auto Body, Tire, and Auto Service and Sales. Auto Butler Car Wash and Express Lube, located at 1706 Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Auto Centers Nissan, home of the Wiggity Way. Roper's Regal Beagle, the Metro East's premier sports bar and grill. Shell Community Federal Credit Union, the one place to go for all your banking needs. Alton Sports Tap, sports, food, and good times. Liberty Bank, bank local, bank Liberty. Ruderman Plumbing, your locally owned plumbing superheroes. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance, all of your protection under one roof. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. First Mid-America Credit Union, exceeding member expectations since 1934. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949.
In Wood River. Second pitch is outside for a ball to Foss, and the count's even 1-1.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the center fielders to go back to back out there.
It could happen, and we get a hit by pitch. Did he swing, and is it called a strike? Looked like it hit the batter's arm.
I thought so too.
Maybe it hit his bat. It's going to have to be a strike. Either he swung and it hit him, or it went off his bat. It's a strike nonetheless.
Well, there's no third base coach down there. Scott Harper, oh, he's over by the dugout. I'm like, well, there's no third base coach to argue the play.
So the count is 2-1 to Foss. And this one misses badly outside, and the count goes 2-2.
I forget, what's the distance from pitch to plate? What is that?
60
feet?
6 inches.
That was about a 45-foot breaking ball there.
It bounced a couple of feet in front of not only home plate, but the left-handed batter's box. There's a foul pitch off the screen behind home plate, and the count remains 2-2. Setting the defense for Wood River, Chris Hamby's in left, Basil is in center, and Blacklock is in right field. It's Marks, Hanby, Wilson, and Weissop across the infield. It's Englar behind home plate, and Wells is the pitcher. Here's another pitch in the dirt, and the count goes full 3-2.
Well, if anything, this leadoff batter for Roxana, Foss, he's swinging a pretty good bat. We did the game on Friday, and he 3 for 4 in that game against Southwestern? Really is a trendsetter for this team.
Set the table, top of the order. That's what you ask him to do. This time he pops up. It will be playable for the first baseman, and
he got it.
He came up with it.
Well,
he was backing up, and he hit the back of the outfield grass when he was backtracking, and it looks like that caused him to trip and fall, but he was able to haul in the ball in foul territory.
It was a little bit late on the call, too, and I couldn't tell. Looked like he was able to get it, and I didn't see the ball pop out, so you just wonder, excuse me, if it happened to roll away, but no, he was able to stay with it all the way. Weishaupt, and made a tough play.
Was not pretty, but he was able to record the first out. Now it's Vandiver, who watches ball 1 miss outside and high. Logan Reardon on deck for the Shells. We're in the first inning, 1 out, top of the first, no score. Pitch on the way from Wells, misses, and it's 2-0 to Vandiver. These two rivals, no longer conference rivals, but they still play each other twice a year. And we talked about the earlier matchup, a 22-2 win for Roxana back in early April. Almost exactly 1 month later, as we play here on the 4th of May, they play again. Pitch in at the knees, called strike to Blake Vandiver. 2-1 the count, 1 out in the inning. Shells batting top of the first, facing Luke Wells. Pitch on the way, hit hard towards second base. It's a 2-hopper, knocked down by the second baseman, and he can't make the throw. Wilson had it go off his chest on the second hop, and he couldn't grab it to throw the man out at first, and we got a man on base with an error on the second baseman.
Well, and there's a prime example right there of why the Oilers have had trouble winning, because time and time again they continue to give, you look at a lot of their box scores, there's 4 errors, 5 errors, 6 errors, 7 errors a game. You're continuing to give teams extra outs an inning. Just really wears on your pitching staff more than anything.
And it's a pitching staff that is not considered very deep. They've used a lot of pitchers, but that's by necessity. And you don't help your pitcher any when you boot what could be considered a routine ground ball right there. So the runner takes his lead off first. Vandiver's got some speed. Here's a ground ball in the hole to left field, and that's a cleanly hit single. And 2 are on here with 1 out in the first inning.
Solid at bat there from Reardon. He gets a hit. The runners at first and second now, and put that one between third and short, and really no chance there on a solid pitch. Maybe running in a little bit on the hands, but he was able to turn on the pitch and really was able to drive it through that hole over there, and first hit of the game.
RBI opportunity for Josh Rudd. He's got runners on first and second with 1 out. Rudd is also someone who could hit into a double play. He's not the speediest of runners. He watches the first pitch inside for a ball. Josh Rudd is the DH, hitting for the pitcher today, Tanner Davis, for the Shells. Here's a pitch called strike at the letters, and it counts 1-1 to Rudd. Randy Skiff on deck for the Shells. Runner on second base, Vandiver. Runner on first, Reardon. They take their lead. Pitch is outside for a ball to Rudd, and the count is 2-1. Roxana Coach Harper down in that third base coach's box, keeping an eye on that second baseman, holding his runner on at second. Here's a called strike to Rudd. Count goes even, 2-2. Pitching out of the stretch is Wells. Quickly offers another. This one's going to be fouled off out of play. Last week, Lou, you're talking about the foul ground at Roxana. Not quite as much here in Wood River, but there's no boundaries here at Wood River. There's no outfield fence per se, and no fence along the sidelines either.
I don't think the outfielders like that very much. That means anything hit on the line, if it starts bouncing, if it gets past an outfielder, you got to go chase that ball down.
Yeah, it's not a double off the fence. It could be a triple or an inside the park home run that keeps it rolling.
I've seen a few of those here.
Here's the 3-2 pitch, high for a ball, and Rudd walks to load the bases.
Well, you get the out, not the conventional way, obviously, to start the game, and should have been 2 outs after the error, and it seems like walks and errors really tend to open innings up, and right off the bat here, you've already got a tough situation here for this Oilers defense, who are already fragile to begin with.
Wells misses outside for ball 1 to Randy Skiff. Got a runner on third who reached on an error, runner on second, had the innings only hit, and Rudd is on at first after walking. Pitch is high to Skiff, ball 2. Adam Moore on deck, the first baseman for the Shells. Billy Mathis also could bat if someone gets on.
I think in this situation, Skiff's got to take the first strike with the bases loaded.
And he watches ball 3 miss, so he'll definitely be taking here on 3-0.
Now I'm starting to think you take 2 pitches here. And I'm not a proponent of taking a 3-1 pitch, but boy, in this situation, you look at a ball, anything from now on, a ball's a run, so that's how you've got to look at it.
And you get an RBI if you walk.
Exactly.
Randy Skiff with a 3-0 count. Luke Wells with the pitch. It's going to miss high, and that's a second straight walk, and he does get an RBI as the first run of the game comes across with the bases loaded walk.
And he wasn't even really close on any of those deliveries, and the error comes around to score, and our first run is an unearned run.
Vandiver scores the first run of the game. Here's a ball in the dirt to Adam Moore. Most of those pitches to Skiff were outside and high. This one is in the dirt.
That's 8 straight balls thrown now.
Wells with another. This one he gets it right down the middle for a called strike 1. Counts 1-1.
How come that always happens when you bring it up? Well, I brought it up, but
it's like jinxing a no-hitter. Pitch is on the outside corner for a strike 2 called to Moore, 1-2.
That'd have been a generous strike there.
It was a catcher reaching outside, and he got the call for his pitcher.
I'd stay right back out there.
This one misses high, and it counts 2-2. 1 run in, bases still loaded. 1 out in the inning. Leadoff man popped up to start things here in Wood River. Pitch from Wells on the way, and this one is low for a ball, and the count goes full. 3-2 to Moore.
A lot of pitches here already in the first inning for Wells.
Moore's watched 5 pitches here, hasn't taken the bat off his shoulder. Wells with the payoff pitch. Swing, flied into left field. It carries to the left fielder who makes the catch. The throw comes back into the infield, but the run will score on the sacrifice fly by Moore.
Boy, he hit the ball hard too. Whoa, good play out there to be able to range to his left by Hamby. Made a really nice play on a hard hit ball there. And didn't have to go very far, but that ball could start knuckling on you. You just never know. And a good solid swing there from Moore to get the sacrifice fly.
Line drive, hard hit right to Hamby. His throw, the only play he could make was get the ball back in the infield, try to keep the other runners from advancing. Runners on first and second now with 2 outs. 2-0 Roxana. Pitch on the way to Mathis is in the dirt for a ball. The catcher Engler able to keep it at his feet. Runners can't advance. Ball 1. Ingram on deck. If they send a 9th batter to the plate, it will be Zach Galiner. Pitch by Wells, bounces in there, and it's 2-0. Vandiver and Reardon have scored first inning runs. Rudd's on at second, Skiff at first for the Shells with 2 outs in the first inning. Luke Wells checks the runner at second, delivers, and he gets a called strike. The count's 2-1. Roxana out of the South Central Conference. Wood River in the Prairie State. Non-conference matchup between these Riverbend teams. Swing and a miss here by Mathis, and that makes it 2-2.
Yeah, he chased ball 3 there. Well, 2-2 and 3-1, Craig. Really big difference in the count when you look at it from a batter's perspective, and especially when you go after one that's not in your wheelhouse. Now he's got to protect the plate.
Right. And the pitcher can afford to waste one if he chooses. Here's a pitch low in the zone. It's golfed into right field. It will go beyond the right fielder. Blacklock. 1 run will score. The runner from first rounds third. He'll come around on a stand-up double by Mathis, driving in 2 to double the score. It's 4-0.
Boy, at first off the bat, I didn't think that it was going to go as far as it did. I thought maybe the right fielder, like you said out there, Blacklock, was going to be able to get a beat on it, but it just kept carrying and carrying and carrying, and next thing you know, 2 more runs are in, and it's a 4-0 game.
We're going to get a courtesy runner for Mathis, the catcher. So Roxana has a courtesy runner out there, and I think it's Austin Presley. 9th batter to bat, Zach Galiner, runner on second, 2 outs. Pitch hits him. Hit him solid too. Zach Galiner will reach base. Or I checked that. That's the 8th place batter, Ingram, reaching base with a hit by pitch. And now Galiner comes in.
Well, you always hear from the dugout when the players are yelling at you to wear it. Easy for them to say.
Rub some dirt on it. Boy, it seemed like he just couldn't get out of the way of it. It hit pretty solid. Not a glancing blow at all. Runners on first and second. We've seen a couple of hits, a couple of walks, an error, and now a hit by pitch. A ball back to the screen now on a high delivery from Wells, and the runners advance on the wild pitch.
And we're going to have a pitch to the mound here, or a visit to the mound here, I'm sorry.
Kyle Duncan, the Wood River coach, sends his pitching coach out there to talk with his starting pitcher, Luke Wells, who has had trouble finding the strike zone in this one.
And you're giving a team an extra out in the inning. If you think about it, you make the play. That fly ball that turned into the sacrifice fly would have been the 3rd out of the inning and no runs. Next thing you know, you got 4 unearned runs scoring here in this inning. Makes a big difference.
Shells looking to get to double-digit wins on the season if they can pick up a victory here today in Wood River. They lead 4-0, 2 outs here in the first inning. Top of the first inning, runners on second and third now, and Zach Galiner has a 1-0 count. Galiner playing third base today for the Shells. He was a pitcher the other day as the Shells played the Southwestern Piasaw Birds. Wells delivers. Misses high for a ball, 2-0. Foss on deck. He led off this game, making the first out back, well, a few minutes ago. Runners take their lead. Another pitch by Wells. Misses high for a ball. 3-0.
The ball here away from loading the bases and getting us back to the top of the order.
And these pitches haven't been close in this at-bat. And he misses again. High for ball 4. Bases are loaded again. It's the third walk of the inning. And the 10th batter comes to the plate as Foss will bat again here in the first inning.
Well, he started this game off with that high towering pop-up that was caught in foul territory. That was 15 minutes ago.
And just barely caught.
Here he gets another chance again. Didn't we have this in a game last week where you hate to be the guy to make 2 outs in an inning?
And that gentleman did make 2 outs in the inning. Pitch misses outside, and it's quickly 2-0 to Foss. He had a full count before he popped that ball up, foul at first base. 2-0 pitch is hit hard to left field. 1 run will score. Gets away from the left fielder. Another run comes around. A clean hit single into left. Drives in 2, and Foss drives in a couple with his first hit of the game.
Boy, that was a solid shot there. And, well, here comes Kyle Duncan. He's not going to waste any time and making a pitching change.
Second trip to the mound this inning, and it's going to result in some changes for the Oilers. We'll see what changes they make here as the ball is given to Kyle Duncan, and it's handed to number 20. Hunter Hall will enter the game. So he comes from the dugout and will be on the mound for the Oilers. Hunter Hall is the new pitcher. As a pitching change is made, we'll take a break. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
If you have car problems, Andy's has the solution. Customer service is priority number 1. Our dedicated staff will be more than helpful in getting your car back on the road while you relax in our comfortable waiting area. If needed, we'll also make arrangements for a rental. Our experienced ASC certified technicians will walk you through every step of the process. Andy's Tire and Auto Service offers every under-the-hood service you need. Visit one of our 4 convenient locations today.
And Galiner scores the game's 7th run.
Well, that one didn't fool anybody either, boy. Vandiver was sitting on a dead fastball there, and he drives it right back through the box. And solid RBI hit there again. And lucky number 7 for the Shells, and not even out of the top half of the first.
Foss takes his lead off second. Vandiver is now on first base. Logan Reardon, who scored the game's 2nd run, had the game's first hit earlier this inning, bats for the 2nd time here in the first. Hall from the stretch, checks and delivers. This one is fouled off.
I'm sure if you're Davis, the starting pitcher for Roxana, you appreciate all this run support early before you even have to throw your first pitch.
Tanner Davis is going to have at least 7-run lead. 2 outs in the top of the first. Runners on first and second as Hall misses high.
I know I appreciated it when I threw. It's like, go get all you can. Never, ever hurts to get that any kind of run support.
Hall again checks the runners and delivers a pitch. Hit left field, sending the left fielder back. Hamby watches it go over his head. 1 run will score. Here comes the runner from first around third. He'll trot home on a stand-up double by Reardon.
Another just a hard-hit ball, and these guys are sitting on pitch after pitch here and working ahead in the count, really making a big difference here, and some balls that have been really driven hard in this inning. 9-0. Roxana.
That also closes the book on Luke Wells. He would give up 8 runs, walks 3, did not strike out a batter, hit a batter. So 8 runs allowed by Luke Wells. 1 run so far charged to this relief pitcher Hall. Runner on second base takes his lead. The now 9-0 lead for Roxana. Another called strike. 0-2 count to Josh Rudd.
And what's funny, Craig, about all this, these are all unearned runs. Every last one of them.
There's a ball bounced up there. It gets away from the catcher, and he is late with a throw down to third as the runner takes third. Catcher didn't go after that very aggressively, and I think he realized that the runner was going before he actually tried to pick up that ball.
Well, it was so tough to pick up, too. I don't think he really realized right away where it was.
There's another ball back through the catcher's glove, back to the screen, but the runner can't advance. So the count goes 2-2 after getting ahead of Rudd. 9 runs scored here in the first, and these coaches were hoping it wasn't a repeat of the previous meeting when it was 22-2, but it's almost as if it's a repeat of that matchup. There's a ball sliced into right field. Will it stay fair? It is foul by about a foot or so by Rudd.
Not by much. Well, and if you consider that 22-2 game, Roxana, I believe it was the 4th inning in that game, 16 runs scored.
They've scored 9 here in the first. They've chased the starter Wells. Hall is in there.
What's the mercy rule in softball after 3 innings? 20?
Yeah. There's a ground ball back up the middle, ranging over the shortstop, gets a glove on it, but it's not going to be in time to get the runner at first. RBI single up the middle for Rudd. Drives in the 10th run of the game.
Yeah, it was going to be a tough play, and ranging well to his left was Hamby there. Oh, we have 2 Hambys in this game. I have to remember that. And that time, it's really difficult when you're playing so far in the hole to have to range close up behind the bag to try to field, glove, and throw all in one motion.
Was able to get a glove on it, but couldn't make the throw in time. Just missed getting Rudd, who doesn't run well after bobbling it a little bit after getting a glove on it behind second base. So Skiff bats again. Had an RBI with a bases loaded walk earlier this inning. 10 runs across in the first for Roxana.
It's not a good day when you already know your opponent is going through second at bat, 5th time through, and you haven't even been to the plate once yet.
There's a called strike to Skiff. Makes the count 2-1. Adam Moore on deck. Good chance for Roxana to really boost their offensive numbers in this one, individually and team-wise. Here's another hard hit ball to center, sending the center fielder back. He can't get it. It's going to have a double, maybe more. It's going to be a triple for Skiff, and that will chase Rudd all the way around from first base. And here's where no barrier out there in center field comes into play. That was hard hit, deep center field, and the runner from first scores easily.
Yeah, that's, again, another just a hard hit ball that is chasing these outfielders deep. And I'm sure playing in this ballpark, if you're having balls hit against you like that on a consistent basis, these outfielders are getting quite the workout out there.
Skiff now with 2 RBI in the game. Here's a called strike to Adam Moore. Moore's got an RBI. Mathis has 2 RBIs. Foss with 2. Vandiver. Logan Reardon with 2. Here's a hard hit ball to left, sending the left fielder back, and he's not going to get it. Runner from third scores easily, and Moore will trot into second base. And he's on second with 2 outs and 12 runs across.
This is unbelievable. This is almost like batting practice, you know?
I mean, I've seen batting practice where they don't hit him this
Right.
well.
And this is just incredible. This is, wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 consecutive batters have reached base safely here.
Yeah, Adam Moore was the second out in the first inning, and he was the batter that just got a double there.
And he hit that ball hard, if you remember.
Yeah. There was a line drive to the left fielder. This one carried well over the left fielder's head.
So since Hall has entered the game, he's allowed a base hit, a double, a base hit, a triple, and a double.
Hunter Hall misses 2 deliveries here to Mathis, and the count is 2-0. Joe Ingram on deck. We're in the top of the first, still in the top of the first. And a pitch goes back to the screen, and the runner from second will take third. On a wild pitch. It's at least the 3rd wild pitch of this inning. Count goes 3-0. Hall has not walked a batter. The first pitcher, Luke Wells, walked 3, but Hall has not walked a batter. He's 3-0 here to Mathis. There's a called strike right down the middle to Billy Mathis, makes it 3-1.
It's now a 27-minute top half of the first.
Hall's pitch, and at the letters, and the count's full now, 3-2.
In softball, sometimes half the game's already over.
Oh yeah.
You get 2 good pitchers.
In a half hour, you get 3 or 4 innings in.
Oh yeah.
There's a ball on the infield.
That's
popped
gonna be
up.
a tough play.
Second baseman gets it, throws to first in time. Wilson makes the play on a softly hit ball that stays on the infield. And the marathon first inning comes to an end with a ground out by Mathis. The Roxana Shells will take a big lead to the bottom of the second as they lead the Wood River Oilers by a score of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 to nothing. Wood River comes to bat in the bottom of the first. This is Big Z Radio Sports.
All right, sir, we finished all the services on your car. They'll take it over for your complimentary car wash, and they'll call you when it's ready.
On the mound, and he's welcomed by a hard hit right up the middle for the leadoff man, Tyler Hamby, trying to get things started for the Oilers.
I guess they're like, hey, we watched enough of their guys bat. We're going to go up there hacking and whacking here and see what we can get. First pitch swinging. Hamby takes that ball right back up the middle for a leadoff single.
Tanner Davis is the pitcher for Roxana. Gives up a leadoff hit. That brings in Zade Wilson. Wilson, the second baseman, hits second in this lineup. Watches one miss here. It's Tyler Hamby, Zade Wilson, Blake Marks, then Blake Weissop, Jake High, Chris Hamby, Luke Wells, Cody Blacklock, and Bryce Basil, the starting lineup for the Wood River Oilers. Davis checks the runner at first, delivers, pitches low for a ball, 2-0 to Zade Wilson.
Now here's what your plan of attack is with a 12-run.
Throw strikes?
Not very often that you get.
Oh, the Wood River attack.
Well, no, Roxana. Throw strikes and don't give up any walks here.
Yeah, you don't want to give them anything, make them earn anything that they can get. I mean, you've got a 12-run cushion, and there's no reason to believe that you can't maybe add to that.
Especially when you're given 12 runs to work with before you even have to throw your first pitch.
Zade Wilson takes a called strike. It's now 3-1. Runner on first takes his lead. Davis delivers, misses, and it's a walk, and there you go. Runners on first and second as the first two have reached for the Oilers.
You know, you'd think you're early enough in this game where it shouldn't really take you far off course of what you want to do. And normally in this situation you would say, okay, it is your number 3 hitter, but try to do whatever you can to advance the runners. But I think at this point, down 12-0, you just got to let these guys swing.
And he swings and lines one to center field that the center fielder makes a good stop to keep it in front of him. Vandiver leaps to catch the ball and keep it in front of him, but one run does come in, and the Oilers score their first run on 3 straight base runners here in the first inning. A Blake Marks single drives in Hamby.
Yeah, Davis has thrown, 8 pitches? He's allowed 2 hits and a walk, so he's got to work work a little bit here himself. You would think, well, he's off to a rough start, and normally he would be, but it's nice to still have an 11-run lead.
Well, for the Oilers, they start getting some confidence here that maybe they can equal what Roxana did in their half of the first inning, with the first 3 reaching and 1 run already across.
Well, the last thing you want to do is think, oh, let's get them all back here. Just chip away, and get a little bit as you can. But then on the flip side, you're going to have to start throwing some zeros up.
Pitch from Davis is called a strike to Weissop. Jake High on deck. He's the DH for the Oilers. Runner on second takes his lead. Pitch is in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, goes back to the screen. The runners advance. Wilson goes to third, and Marks goes to second on the wild pitch by Davis.
Well, I can understand not wanting to give the batter a strike, but boy, you got to give your catcher at least a chance there. Didn't give him much of one at all.
Davis checks the runners on second and third now, takes a strike, called 3, and Weissop goes down looking. Game's first strikeout as Weissop takes strike 3.
Yeah, you got to protect the plate with 2 strikes there. Probably not a situation where you want to be looking for any walks, and Davis comes up with a very timely strikeout there, one that he definitely needed.
Another pitch is called a strike to High, and he gets ahead of the 5th place batter in the Wood River lineup, Jake High, the DH, hitting for Engler, the catcher today.
And that's your conventional High, H-E-I.
Here's a line shot towards second, and through the legs of the second baseman, Skiff. And that's going to go down as an error. 2 runs will come in to score as High reaches on an error by the second baseman, Skiff.
Well, you got to make the routine plays. I mean, hard hit ball, but right there, and you got a nice fortuitous hop to you, and that's just a lack of concentration there. So High gets 1 RBI. Second run as a result of that ball going through the wickets.
So another base runner and 2 more runs cross the plate. It's now 12-3. There's 1 out here in the first. Hamby comes into bat. This is Chris Hamby. Off-speed pitch is low for a ball. Luke Wells was lifted from his pitcher's position, so we'll see if he bats. And it looks like Hall is on deck, so it will be Hall batting for Wells. There's a swing and a miss by Hamby. And it counts 1-2 to the 6th place batter in the Wood River Oilers lineup. Taking his lead at first is High. Pitch on the way by Davis. Off-speed pitch called a strike 3, and that's the 2nd strikeout of the inning. Both looking.
Well, in that time, Hamby, the left fielder, just another 1-2 count where the batter not really protecting the plate. Same situation there. Anything close, you got to be looking to take that bat off your shoulder.
Davis misses with his first pitch to Hall. And 2 outs in the inning, both on called 3rd strikes. There's a swing and a miss by Hall. Makes it a 1-1 count. Cody Blacklock on deck for the Oilers. Runner on first. Takes his lead. That's High. He's being held there by Moore. Pitch on the way is swing and a miss by Hall, and he's now in the hole 1-2. 2 strikeouts in the inning, 3 runs across for the Oilers. But Davis is in a position to strike out the side. Here's a pop-up. Will it stay in play? Giving chase is Moore, and he watches it go out of play. So they'll do it again. 1-2 pitch will be upcoming to Hunter Hall. Now the pitcher of record for the Oilers came in that first inning that saw Roxana score 12. It's now 12-3. Here's a called strike 3. 3 strikeouts in the inning, all on called 3rd strikes, and the Oilers are retired in the bottom of the first, but not before they score 3. Roxana leads now 12-3 after 1 full. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Come on, guys. We're only up by 1 run. I need some insurance. Let's go.
Put me in, Coach. I can get you some insurance.
AmFam G-Man at the plate. Here's the pitch. Swing and a long one. A home run for AmFam G-Man.
Hit a home run with my team, a winning team. Let me protect your dreams. Call me, Gerard Fisher, 466-7062. Come on, Coach.
American Family Insurance.
The top 7 in the batting order all batted twice in the first inning.
They sent 16 batters to the plate.
Scored 12 runs.
That's efficient.
Luke Wells, the starter, gave up 8 runs in 2/3 of an inning. And his replacement responsible for the other 4. First pitch from Hunter Hall is called a ball to Joe Ingram. Ingram, Galiner, and Foss. Here in inning number 2. Second pitch, hard hit to left. It will drop for a hit and maybe more. It will be at least 2 for Ingram as he rounds second base. He's looking for third. Here comes the relay throw, and he gets in standing up. Did not slide.
No.
He probably should have, as the throw came in, and it was closer than what I think Joe Ingram would have liked.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, it's a leadoff triple, and I think that's the third triple of the game.
It is. And, boy, you're looking at that and you're thinking, boy, you got to get down and you've got to slide on that play and just to give yourself an honest chance. Actually, I think it's the second triple.
I've got a triple in the first inning for Skiff, and now Ingram's got a leadoff triple here in the second. Foul back to the screen for Galiner, 0-1.
Got a multitude of doubles.
Yeah, a bunch of 2 base hits.
3 doubles in that inning, so already 5 extra base hits of Roxana's 9 here in the game have either been a double or a triple.
And 4 of them against Hall. Here's a line drive. The left fielder falls down. The ball goes over his head. It's going to be another extra base hit.
Maybe trading places here.
He trots into third, standing up, and he's going to try for home. Here comes the relay, not in time. Stand up, inside the park home run for Zach Galiner.
He's tired. You can hear him coming around the bases there.
2 RBIs on that ball that went sailing over the left fielder. Probably misplayed it, and falling down didn't help. But Galiner clears the bases with an inside the park home run, first home run of the game, a couple of triples, several doubles, and now a home run from Galiner.
Yeah, the only way you're going to get a home run here is an inside the park variety.
Skiff steps in for the 3rd time in this game. It's now a 14-3 ball game.
Shells have put up a couple of touchdowns in this game. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong sport.
They have shelled the Oilers here. This pitch is called strike to Chance Foss, and you would expect the home plate umpire's strike zone to get a little bit bigger.
I was going to say it might start to expand by the pitch.
It's a 1-1 pitch on the way. This one gets a called strike on the outside corner, makes it 1-2.
Yeah, so if you're Roxana, you better be ready to swing the bat.
Coaching Little League for years, the umpires made sure if it's close, it's going to be called a strike, kids, so you better be swinging. Here's a called strike 3, the first strikeout of the game for a Wood River hurler as Foss goes down looking on called strike 3.
Surprising, because that's one where you probably should have picked up on that early enough where you're going, well, we've already got 14 runs here in the second inning and we're not letting up anytime soon. Maybe, just maybe, the zone's going to expand a little bit.
So it's 1 out in the inning, 2 runs across, and stepping in, it's Vandiver. He has scored a couple of runs in this game, reached on an error, scored the game's first run way back in the first inning. He also doubled in a run, or rather singled in a run in that first. Now he bats here in the 3rd with 2 in, 1 out. Pops one up. Will it stay on the infield? Yes, it will. It's caught by Wysop, the first baseman, for the 2nd out of the inning.
Not an easy play. You would think it is, but boy, he's looking right into that sun field there. And that one, he was trying to shade himself as much as he could, but boy, You could see he's shading his eyes now. He's looking directly into that sun.
We've seen a lot of clouds here this afternoon, but just as that ball was hitting the air, the sun popped out. But he came in down with it, and it's 2 outs here for Hall, and here's another pop-up on the infield. This one, shortstop is calling for it. Hamby underneath of it makes the catch. 2 runs score, but 3 straight retired as the ball did not get out of the infield. A couple of pop-ups and a strikeout retires the Roxana Shells. They scored 2 on 2 hits in the second inning. We've played 1.5, and it's now 14-3. The Oilers coming to bat in the bottom of the second inning. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
We're always looking for better ways to do things, but with some banks, better for them isn't always better for you.
You've reached Megabank. Press 1 to hear your current balance. Press 2 to hear these options again.
Introducing free Kasasa checking. When you do stuff for us, like swipe your debit card or get e-statements, we make it even better for you with cash back and refunds on ATM fees. Kasasa, carried locally at Liberty Bank. Do you Kasasa?
The second inning we go. It's the Oilers batting for the second time in this game, and due up, Blacklock, Basil, and Hamby. They scored 3 in the first inning, find themselves down 14-3 here. Here's a ground ball to short, booted by Foss, gets the throw across, and off the base was the first baseman Moore, and the runner reaches on an error, second error of the game by the Shells.
Yeah, that had doom written all over it right from the get-go. And ball here, it's an all-dirt infield, so you really can't take any ground balls here for granted. And Foss dropped it initially, had time to make the throw, and the throw did beat the runner there, but pulled the first baseman Moore off the bag, and it goes down as an E6.
After muffing it just a little bit, he still had time to get the out at first base, but his throw was a little bit wide. Moore couldn't keep his foot on, and the leadoff man reaches for the second time this game. Hamby came around to score, leading off the first. Now in the bottom of the second, Blacklock reaches on an error by the shortstop. First pitch to Basil is called a strike. Center fielder Bryce Basil bats for the first time.
I used to just look at guys and give them a dirty glare whenever they'd pull them. Like, look, I'm 6'2". How do you pull me off the bag?
Second pitch, a swing and a miss by Basil, and he's in the hole 0-2 now.
Most of your tallest players are usually over at first base.
And there's some tall ones in this area.
Oh, yeah.
You got Boos from Civic Memorial plays some first base. And Marquette's got a first baseman. It's probably about 6'7".
Yeah, if you're pulling one of those guys off the bag, something's not right.
14-3 our score. Roxana leads Wood River. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Here's a pitch, lofted foul, out of play. And it will be strike 2, still 1-2 count to Basil. Tyler Hamby on deck. If anyone gets on, Zaid Wilson will bat here in the second inning. Oilers scored 3 runs on 2 hits in their first inning after Roxana had scored 12 on 8 hits. They've now got 14 runs on 10 hits in this game. 10 hits, and we're in the second inning. Here's a pitch up and in.
It hit him, yeah.
And it did hit the shoulder.
It hit him, yeah.
Shoulder of Basil. He'll take the base. So each team now has a hit by pitch.
Yeah, I thought I heard a little double contact there off the
because the catcher made the catch.
Yeah. Maybe hit the sleeve, grazed that upper arm.
So the first 2 have reached here in the bottom of the second, much like the bottom of the first inning where the first 2 got on base. Eventually the first 3 would reach and they would all come around to score. This pitcher, Tanner Davis, struck out the side in the first inning, all on called third strikes. Weissop, Hamby, and Hall all going down on strikes. Here's a pitch, misses, ball 2, 2-0 to Tyler Hamby. Singled, scored back in the first for the Oilers. Runners take their lead. Pitch on the way. It's hit towards center, towards right field, I should say, and the right fielder makes the play. Reardon for the first out of the inning. And the throw comes back into the infield to keep the runners where they are.
Kind of went up and tomahawked that swing, didn't he?
A little bit high.
2-0 pitch, maybe down by 11 runs. You might want to be a little more selective than that, but got a good piece of the bat on it. But
he did have 2 strikes on him, so don't want to get called out again with that strike zone ever expanding. Here's a swing and a miss by Wilson. Wilson reached on a walk and came around to score back in the first. It's a 14-3 ball game. Roxana leads Wood River. Here's a swing, and just getting a piece of it was Wilson into the mid of the catcher. Strike 2.
Boy, he swung so hard, he almost swung out of his shoes.
Mathis was able to hold on after the ball was foul tipped. Here's a swing and a miss, ball in the dirt, caught by Mathis, and that's the second out of the inning. 4th strikeout of the game now for Davis.
Yeah, that's a good pitcher's pitch there when you're ahead 0-2 in the count. And took a little something off speed off of that late breaking action off the plate, and you get the batter to go fishing. More times than not, he's either going to swing over top of it or he's going to hit a little chunker somewhere in the infield.
So with 2 outs, runners take the lead, and a swing and a miss, or just a foul tip by Blake Marks. He drove in the first run of the game with that single in the first inning. He would eventually come around to score when High reached on an error that scored a couple. Marks, a right-handed bat, facing the right-handed pitcher Davis. Pitches high for a ball. I thought it was called a ball. It was. 1-1 count to Marks.
Well, you can see the scoreboard. I can't.
I could see part of it. Here's a pitch high, and it's 2-1 to Blake Marks. Weissopt on deck. Strikeout victim, first time up. Now a conference on the mound as the catcher, Mathis, wants to talk with his pitcher, Davis. Bunch of runs scored between these two teams when they played in early April, and they're looking to maybe equal that output here. 24 runs was scored in a 22-2 Roxana win. Scores 14-3 here as we play in the bottom of the second. Oilers runners take their lead. Blacklock is on at second, Basil at first. Pitches inside for a ball to Marks, and the count is now 3-2.
Once again, with 2 runners on, 2 outs, you can still be selective here with a 3-1 count.
Here comes the payoff pitch, and it's low for a ball, and Marks reaches for the second time today. He's the first Oiler batter to reach base twice in the game. Now the bases are loaded. And stepping in is the cleanup man, Blake Weissopt. He's the guy you would want up there with the bases loaded. That's why he's batting cleanup.
He struck out. Got called on a 3rd strike his first at bat.
Leans back from one that misses inside here. Ball 1. Jake High, designated hitter, on deck.
And Scott Harper's trying to talk his pitcher through this inning, but it's almost like he's doing it out of necessity here.
Davis is pitching out of the windup here as bases are loaded. Called strike to Weissopt, makes it 1-1.
Well, you wouldn't think somebody's going to try to steal home with an 11-run deficit.
There's another one on the way. This is another called strike, and Weissopt has watched 3 pitches, 2 for strikes. Got caught looking first time up, doesn't want to do that again. 1-2 pitch now to Weissopt. Swing, popped up. Short right field, giving chase. Reardon comes over, makes the catch near the foul line for the 3rd out of the inning. The Oilers strand the bases loaded. No hits in the inning. They strand 3, and we've played 2 full. It's the Shells 14, the Oilers 3. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
I'll grab the birthday cake. You bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
14 runs in the first 2 innings, 12 in the first, 2 more in the second, but they were retired 1-2-3 after the inside the park home run by Galliner, and the first pitch offered up to Josh Rudd is fouled off. Craig Ballman with Louis Korak alongside as we bring you this broadcast, the third game of a triple header, a couple of softball games, and now baseball between these two teams, Wood River and Roxana.
So everybody's listening to us about 9 p.m. tonight? Is that what you're saying?
I wouldn't venture a guess as to what time this is being broadcast, but a long first couple of innings as we get started here in the third. Pitch in the dirt, 1-1 to Josh Rudd. Walked and scored in the first at bat of the first inning. Single, drove in a run, would come around to score also in the first. Counts goes to 2-0, a couple of pitches in the dirt here from the relief pitcher for the Oilers, Hunter Hall. Hall in relief of Wells. Wells was lifted with 2 outs in the first inning. Hall didn't fare much better. Of the 14 runs scored, he is responsible for 6 of them. Counts now 3-1 to Josh Rudd. Randy Skiff on deck for the Shells. This pitch in the dirt and a leadoff walk to Rudd.
He reaches base for the third time in as many at-bats. A couple of walks, an RBI single. He scored a couple of runs, so he's been right in the thick of this offense. You've had 6 out of the 9 in the Shells order that have scored 2 runs in this game.
We said earlier, their stats, both individually and team-wise, are going to get a big boost here today. Now, we didn't say that before the game. We said that after that first inning was underway.
Well, they've only won 3 out of their last 10 games, so a game like this can really boost your morale, obviously.
And they can get back to 500. They're 9-12 coming into this one, looking for win number 10 on the day, on the season. A couple of pitches missing the mark here from Hall. Rudd is on at first with nobody out. He led off this third inning with a walk. Randy Skiff reached on a walk, drove in a run, scored a run, his first at bat of the game. Tripled in a run and would score also in that first inning. Here's a called strike to Skiff, the second baseman for the Shells, batting for the third time here in the third inning. There's a pitch, misses outside. It's ball 3. 3-1 the count to Skiff. Adam Moore on deck. Hunter Hall looks in and delivers. Hits him. Another hit by a pitch. Rudd trots down to second. Skiff takes his base. He's on for the third time. Both of these batters this inning have reached base 3 times.
Well, he was going to reach base either way. I'm sure he would have preferred the other way, but took that one right off of the upper arm, shoulder area.
I think that's the first time that Hall has hit a batter, even though we did see a hit by pitch by the starting pitcher. Wells hit Ingram back in the first. Now there's runners on first and second, nobody out. Moore steps in, watches this ball in the dirt, 2-0.
Yeah, he's starting to fall behind a lot of batters here. 3-1 on the leadoff walk, 3-1. The Skiff hits him, now 2-0.
Runners take the lead, another ball in the dirt. 3-0 to Adam Moore. He's 1 for 2 in this game. Drove in a run. Also had a double and was stranded in that 12-run first inning. Pitch is high for ball 4, and that loads the bases again. 2 walks and a hit by pitch this inning, and the bases are loaded for Billy Mathis.
Another trip to the mound here.
Another discussion. We're not going to see the pitcher pulled just yet. Trying to settle him down. A lot of youth on this team. Oilers probably have some players that aren't quite ready for varsity action, that are getting asked to do a little bit more than what they're capable of doing, and it's resulted in some long losing streaks this year and some games that have gotten ugly at times.
Well, what did Kyle Duncan tell us before the game? He's got 3 freshmen starting in this game. So
That's not ideal.
Well, I mean, I've seen situations where teams do play underclassmen, they do play freshmen, but those are teams that are...
And a lot of times you'll see 3 or 4 freshmen play a lot, but by the time they're seniors, they've got a lot of experience under their belts, and if they stick with the program, things can turn around, and they could be leaders on a team that does turn things around in a couple of years.
Well, you normally don't see them on established clubs either. So the established teams are usually pretty senior laden.
Unless you've really got a talent who can maybe break through. First pitch is a called strike to Billy Mathis. Bases are loaded here with nobody out in the 3rd inning.
He's got a 2-run double in this game back in the 1st and scored 1 for 2 in the game.
Takes a ball here, and it's 1-1 to Mathis, the catcher for the Shells. Joe Ingram on deck. Zach Galiner also due up this inning. There's a pop-up. It's going to go out of play. Strike 2, 1-2 to Mathis. Third broadcast of 3. Couple of girls softball games, now baseball. Featuring Riverbend schools, Wood River and Roxana. Here's a pitch inside, gets away from the catcher. Runners stay put as they don't try to push the situation here, trying to score a run.
Not yet, anyway.
We're in the 3rd. The margin right now is 11 runs, 14-3. After a 12-run first inning, 2 runs in the 2nd. Bases are loaded with no one out here in the 3rd. Hall delivers, and it's hit past the 3rd baseman, diving towards the line. 1 run will score. Runner from 2nd comes in, and it's an RBI single for Mathis that drives in 2. He's got 4 RBI on the day.
Yeah, just out of the outstretched glove of Marks down there. Wasn't hit particularly hard, but effective enough right down that line, and somehow the ball was in on his hands. Again, another one of those where Roxana player was able to turn on an inside pitch and got just enough of it to get it past Marks over at 3rd for a couple of more RBI. Now Mathis has 4 in the game.
2 more runs across here in the 3rd. That makes it a 16-3 score. Hall has now given up 8 runs of his own after Luke Wells allowed 8 in the 1st inning. First pitch, swing, foul tip, caught by the catcher. Ingram is in the hole, 0-1. Runners on 1st and 2nd. Moore on 2nd. Mathis takes his lead off 1st. Pitches inside for a ball to Ingram, counts 1-1. Roxana on the season, 9-12. Looks like they're well on their way to picking up their 10th win of the year. And for the Oilers, they would fall to, 3-29. There's a pitch high to Ingram. Counts 2-1.
The score holds up, which...
There's no reason to believe it won't.
Yeah, I don't see any indications why it wouldn't.
Runners on 1st and 2nd, 2 in this inning. Still no one out. Pitch is called a strike on the outside corner, and the count's even now, 2-2 to Ingram.
Well, again, that might have been one of those strikes where it says you've got 16 runs in the third inning. Strike.
Let's start swinging at some of these. There's a pitch in the dirt, and it's going to go full, 3-2 to Ingram. Ingram got hit by a pitch, would come around to score in the first. In the second inning, he led off with a triple and scored on that home run by Galliner. Zach Galliner is on deck. 3-2 pitch on the way to Ingram, and it's in the dirt, ball 4. Almost all of these pitches called balls have been in the dirt, or I mean the catcher is really reaching for a high one. I mean, they're not like the umpires squeezing these guys. These pitches are missing by a lot.
Right. Well, and making your catcher work an awful lot too by bouncing these balls in front of the plate.
There's a swing by Galliner on a pitch high at about shoulder level.
I think that was one of those swings where I just hit an inside the park home run kind of a swing.
I'm going to try for another. Bases are loaded. Nobody out in the third. There's a ball fouled off the leg of Galliner. Counts 0-2.
I think Scott Harper's just looking for any kind of solid contact here. You got ducks on the pond. Every base is occupied, so just put the ball in play and force the defense to make a play.
Infielders really not playing in for a play at the plate. They're at what you would consider standard depth or maybe double play depth. So it'll be interesting to see if a ball is hit at one of these infielders, what they'll do with it. Will they come home to try to prevent run number 17 from scoring? 16-3. Pitch on the way. Grounded towards first. The first baseman makes the play, steps on first for the lone out with a run coming in. Moore scores. Weissop steps on first to retire Galliner unassisted. That's the first out of the inning.
Well, and that's one of those where it's a ground ball to the first baseman. I mean, the force play was there.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, it was hit hard enough that I think he could have come home. I don't think the runner on third had that big of a break where he was going to beat the throw home, but didn't really look at home. One out is recorded, but another run scores. And the other runners move up 90 feet, and the runners are now on second and third with one out. We're back to the top of the order with Foss batting here. Foss fouls one back to the screen, and the count's 1-1 to the Shells leadoff man. Oiler pitchers have thrown one, have had one strikeout in the game, and it was Foss who watched a strike 3 in the second. There's a ball lifted down the right field line, and it is foul. Strike 2 to Foss.
Reach for it a little bit there. Just poked it down that right field line.
Foss is batting for the 4th time here in this 3rd inning of work. 4 at-bats in 3 innings for Foss. And he's made 2 outs. He's only 1 for 2, 1 for 3. Chokes up just a little bit. Fouls another one out of play. Count stays 1-2. 12 runs in the first inning, 2 more in the second. 3 have come across here in the third. Runners on second and third with 1 out. Top of the order now for the Shells. Foss Vandiver is on deck. Hunter Hall in relief of Luke Wells misses, and the count's 2-2. We're in the 3rd inning, top of the 3rd, in a 16-3 Roxana lead over the Oilers. Here's a swing, short fly ball to left field, coming in, not able to make the play. 1 run will score. Left fielder couldn't quite get there. The shortstop going out, not enough room for him to make the play. Another run scores on a looping single, driving in Mathis.
Well, they were playing so deep. I mean, really difficult to come in on that ball to make a play. And Their RBI on a base hit for Foss.
3 RBIs now for Foss. He drove in 2 with a single back in the first. Now it's Vandiver. Runners now at the corners, first and third. Ground ball foul.
And he's
Strike
got an
1.
RBI in this game.
And scored twice.
Obviously reached on an error in that first inning, and that error really proved to be huge. I mean, that's a play, if it's made, that's a difference between scoring 12 runs and getting none.
Yep, could have had 3 outs in the inning without any runs across if it were not for the error, making all of the runs in the first unearned. Pitches in the dirt for a ball. 1-1 count to Vandiver. Logan Reardon on deck. Big lead at first. We haven't seen any indication that Foss will be trying to run. You don't think he would with a 17-3 ball game.
No.
22-2 was the score of the first time these two teams played, and I don't think many people thought it would get that way again, but we're getting close. 17-3 as we play here in the top of the third inning. Left-handed batting, Blake Vandiver awaits the pitch from Hall. Watches it miss outside. Counts 2-2. Reached on an error in the first, came around to score. Singled, drove in a run, also in the first inning, and scored. In the second, he popped up to first. Here's a strikeout. Second out of the inning, Vandiver. Second strikeout of the game for, or second out of the inning. Second strikeout of the game for the Oilers.
I think it was one of those where Vandiver just looked real indecisive whether he wanted to swing the bat or not. And at the last moment, he decided he wanted to, but there was a pitch that was running down and away from the left-handed batter, and he just couldn't come up with anything there.
And I believe we're going to see a pinch hitter here. I'm going to try to get the number of this batter. Maybe Seth Chester? Hall pitches, misses for a ball.
I believe you're right.
Runners on the corners. 4 runs have been scored in this inning. This is the 9th batter to bat. What is that number? Can you see it?
Actually, number 2, Ethan Johnson.
Okay, number 2. Ethan Johnson is a junior. Batting here for Reardon.
9th batter of the inning.
Hall's pitch in the dirt. And the count is 2-1 to the pinch hitter, Ethan Johnson. Hall has now given up 9 runs, or Wells gave up 8. Here's a late swing and a ball fouled out of play down the right field side. 2-2 count to Johnson. Third inning of action. A lot of darkened diamonds in the scorebook for the Roxana Shells. They've scored 17 runs in this game. Runners on first and second take their lead. A ball in the dirt. The count goes full to the pinch hitter, Johnson.
Hey, they said ball 14. What do you say, 2?
You can hear both coaches kind of setting everything up here.
Yeah, I mean, you're still coaching. You still got to, it's a teaching moment. Here's a pitch high, and it's going to be ball 4. Runner from third gets caught in a rundown, dives back into third, and he's called out. Pitch was high, reaching up was the catcher, Engler, and the runner from third gets caught off the bag, and Engler throws down to third, and they get the tag out on a walk. So the walk goes to Johnson, so it will not be like he comes to bat to start the next inning. The 9th batter comes to the plate, but the runner on third gets picked off to end the third inning. We've played 2.5. The Oilers come to bat in the bottom of the third. Our score, 17-3. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Red or black, silver or gold, new or used. At First Mid-America Credit Union, they know options are important to you. That's why they've made relationships with local dealerships where you'll receive all the extras with First Mid-America Credit Union's low rates and financing done on the spot. All you have to do is decide what you want. Your car, our loans, they're made for each other. www.1stmidamerica.org or call 618-258-3168 to speak to a representative.
Innings, and the Oilers come to bat here in the bottom of the third. It's High, Hamby, and Hall due up this inning for the Oilers. First pitch on the way from Davis is high for a ball. Tanner Davis has allowed 3 runs on 2 hits, and the Oilers have left 4 on base after 2. There's a called strike, makes it 1-1 to Jake High, the designated hitter for the Oilers. Swing and a miss by High, makes it 1-2. Chris Hamby on deck. Hunter Hall also due up this inning. Tanner Davis has one fouled back to the screen by High. Count remains 1-2.
I love the people that sit in the bleachers are ducking out of the way of the foul ball behind the backstop. I'm so used to it now. It's like you're just immune to it.
I don't flinch at all. But
no,
watch the people in those green seats in Cardinal games that aren't used to being there.
Yes.
Now, when you get those high pop-ups right beyond the screen, you can duck out of those.
I had to catch one the other day at Edwardsville Softball Diamond.
Use your hat?
No, with my bare hands. Kidding? No bobble either.
Still got good hands, soft hands.
Absolutely.
Pitch in the dirt here makes the count 2-2. To Jake High. High, Hamby, Hall. H in the lineup. Pitch is high for a ball, goes full now, 3-2.
This game just seems like it's further along in the bottom of the third here, and I'm thinking Davis is only 45 pitches through 2 innings.
High watches one miss inside, and the leadoff man is on for the Oilers again. Another walk.
So every inning they put the leadoff batter on.
They haven't had quite the production that the Shells have had in this game, but nonetheless, they've had runners on each inning. Went scoreless in the second after the first 2 reached, and they left the bases loaded. Chris Hamby bats here. He's 0 for 1, walks 1, first pitch swinging to center field. Going back is the center fielder Vandiver, and he makes the catch for the first out.
Hard hit ball, but definitely Vandiver had a beat on it. For the first out of the inning.
And we've seen a lot of balls hit to the outfield, not a lot of them caught. A lot of times, I mean, the ball for some reason is carrying well today, and it surprised some of these outfielders as their first reaction was to come in and just see the ball sail over the head. Here's a hard hit ball to center, will drop in front of the center fielder for a single by Hall.
And even though their team is down 15 here, the Oilers faithful still cheering on.
Yeah, Hunter Hall hit that one pretty hard. One hop to the center fielder. And runners with 1 out on first and second as Cody Blacklock comes in. And the pitch is a ball to Blacklock. Bryce Basil on deck for the Oilers. Here's a pitch. High for a ball, 2-0 to Blacklock. We're only in the third. Only in the third. There have been 21 runs scored. There's a called strike to Blacklock, 2-1 the count.
I want to thank everybody for listening to us at 10 p.m. tonight. By the time this thing gets done.
Here's another hard hit ball. This will plug the gap in left center, and it will probably clear the bases. 1 run is in. Hall comes to third, He's being held up there, and it will be a RBI double by Blacklock that drives in 1, and it will result in runners at second and third with just 1 out.
I mean, honestly, if you really think about it, this pitcher really hasn't fooled too many here today. I mean, there have been some hard-hit balls by this East Alton-Wood River lineup. It's just, they're in such a deep hole in this game, it just doesn't seem like it.
Blacklock with a hard hit double that time into that left center field gap, sending the left fielder back, and 1 run came in. The runner from first could have scored, but they didn't want to risk it with 1 out. So now runners on second and third, and Basil fouls 1 out of play.
How'd you like to have a house here right across the street?
I'm sure either they were aware when they purchased it that there was a baseball diamond nearby,
or you have instant cages built around your windows.
Yeah. There's another foul tap, and it's 0-2 to Basil.
Sure, there's been a broken window or 100 broken around here over the years.
Well, it looks to me like that one may have gotten one of the shutters, and there's a couple of spaces on the shutters on that have baseball-size holes in it. I don't think it's hail. There's a ball in the dirt, dug out by the catcher.
And I don't think it's from a home run ball from the softball diamond.
Yeah. That would be a shot.
Way down on the other end.
Another one on the way, off-speed pitch, just getting a piece of it off the end of the bat was Basil, makes it 1-2, stays 1-2.
A nice job of fouling that pitch off, because there wasn't a whole lot he was going to be able to do with it running away from him as a right-handed batter, but he had already made the commitment that he was going to swing.
There's another on the way from Davis. Ducks out of a pitch that's called a ball high, and it's 2-2 to Basil.
I'm just wondering how much more Scott Harper's going to ride with his starting pitcher here. I mean, nobody's warming up, but his pitch count's getting up there.
There's a ball just high, and a 3-2 count now to Basil.
Well, and his biggest problem in this game is getting ahead of the batters and then losing them.
Yeah, he was 0-2 to this batter. Defensive swing that time by Basil, another foul. It's another house, different one this time, or a garage, I guess.
I've learned where to park when I come to this field.
I was way down the street. Here's the payoff pitch on the way, and it's inside for a ball to load the bases.
And that's it. And you walk the number 9 hitter. That just drives a coach crazy. I understand it's 18-4, but still want to keep your fundamentals right here. Now you're back to the top of the order, and you're exposed to a big inning here, potentially.
7 batters batted in the first for the Oilers when they scored 3. And now this is the 6th batter to bat this inning with 1 run in, and now the base is loaded. Another pitch in the dirt, and it's quickly 2-0 to Hamby.
He just doesn't look very comfortable out there. I mean, for somebody that's pitching with a really big lead, he doesn't look very relaxed.
Tanner Davis gets a strike called on the inside part of the plate. Makes it 2-1. His numbers on the season, this is his 9th appearance, making his 7th start. He's got a 2-3 record. There's a ball lifted on the infield. It will be an infield fly rule. And the runner at first is doubled off.
Oh, goodness.
And they tag, I don't know what he was thinking.
I have no idea.
So Basil gets caught wandering off first base, and it's a double play as Hamby popped up on the infield. The shortstop made the catch, and then he threw on to first base to record the final out of the inning. So the Oilers strand 2. They do score a run here in the 3rd. After 3 complete innings, our score is 18-4. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
What brand of vehicle do you drive? Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, GMC, Buick, Toyota? No matter what brand of vehicle you drive, Quick Lane at Roberts Motors can take care of your maintenance needs. And you don't need an appointment here, just drive on in. Need tires? No need to shop around. We have the lowest tire prices around, guaranteed. Stop in today and see why life truly is better in the quick lane. Or see us online at RobertsMotors.com.
Well, sir, after some serious consideration, I'd like to put in my 15-year notice.
You're quitting?
Technically retiring, sir. With a little help from my State Farm agent, I plan to retire in 15 years.
Wow, you're totally blindsiding me here. Who's going to manage your accounts?
Well, I'm going to finish packing my things. 15 years will really sneak up on you.
Jennifer will do your exit interview, and Adam made you a cake.
Red velvet.
Oh, thank you.
I made this.
Take charge of your retirement. Talk to State Farm agent Tom Lane to help you plan for your future today.
Last inning for Wood River, they scored 1 run on 2 hits, and they left 2 on base.
Boy, that double, those are the kinds of plays that'll just drive a coach crazy.
6 left on for the game, and yeah, it was a big mistake to have the runner on first wandering on a pop-up on the infield with just 1 out.
Right.
Reardon, or check that, it should be Rudd leading off here in the 5th.
I mean, those are the kinds of things that happen to a team that doesn't win very much.
Rudd leading off to 4th, has scored 3 runs in this game. Been on base, of course, all 3 times. Walked twice. He's also got an RBI single. Another pitch on the way from Hunter Hall, and it's inside for a ball. 3 balls to the leadoff man, Josh Rudd. Randy Skiff, Adam Moore also due up this inning for the Shells. Hall delivers, misses low, and Rudd is on again with a 3rd walk of the afternoon.
And every time he's been on base, he's scored.
And again, the leadoff man is on for the Shells. That's been a common theme here this afternoon. When you score 18 runs, you're going to have a lot of offensive milestones reached. Rudd takes his lead off first as Skiff watches one miss in the dirt. And Randy Skiff has been on base 3 times. He's walked once, got hit by a pitch, and he also tripled and drove in a run. Roxana and Wood River in boys baseball, after a couple of softball games involving these 2 schools as well on the Big Z. Here's a pitch in at the knees for a strike to Skiff. And the count's 1-1. We're in the 4th inning in a game that's taken a lot of time, a lot of base runners. And a pitch well out of the strike zone there as Skiff watches ball 2. Englar reaching for that one, keeping Rudd at first.
Very nice. Boy, that's just one of those in-between picks, too.
He had to reach and then get it on the hop. There's a swing and a miss by Skiff, and the count's even 2-2 now. 2 strikeouts in this game, both by this pitcher, Hall. Got a man looking in the 2nd inning, and a swinging strikeout in the 3rd.
Skiff's reached base every time, too.
Watches ball 4 miss, and it's full count to Randy Skiff.
He's got 2 RBI in the game.
1 for 1 with the walk and the hit by pitch.
Go along with that triple back in the 1st inning.
And Skiff is on for the 4th time. So Rudd and Skiff, 4 and 5 in the batting order, have been on 4 times in their 4 plate appearances in this game.
We'll see if it's true to form, because not only has Rudd reached base, every time he's reached base he's scored, so has Skiff.
And that brings in Adam Moore. Moore's got an RBI, scored a run. He's been on base twice. He's 1 for 2. Sun popping out. A lot of clouds in the sky, and once in a while you get the bright sunshine. Much of the afternoon, the sun has been behind the clouds. There's a ball in the dirt, dug out again by Engler. 2-0 count to Adam Moore. Billy Mathis on deck for the Shells. got on board with 12 in the first inning. Never looked back. They're ahead 18-4 here with nobody out in the fourth. Pitch is low for a ball, or rather called a strike at the knees to Moore.
That's an 18-4 strike there.
Yeah, a tight game.
No.
Would not have been called.
Well, then again, you never know.
Runners take the lead. Pitch in the dirt this time. A snap throw to first. The runner dives back in safely. Counts 3-1 to Adam Moore. First two have reached here in the fourth. There's another one on the way from Hall. And it's a called strike, and the count is full to Moore.
Boy, he's got to be sitting on that dead fastball 3-1.
Why are you taking?
No idea. That's a hitter's dream kind of pitch there.
Payoff pitch from Hall. Misses in the dirt, and it's another walk issued to a Roxana batter. Adam Moore reaches on a walk. 3 walks to start the fourth. Bases are loaded.
And here comes that slow trek from the head coach that usually indicates a pitching change.
Kyle Duncan has already called for a new pitcher, and it looks like it's going to be Chris Hamby coming in from right field. And then we're going to see a new player going out to left field, and that will be Seth Chester. So Chester will replace Hamby in left. Hamby will come on to pitch, and Hall's afternoon is done. Third pitcher of the game entering the game for the Oilers, as there's a pitching change made here in the fourth. The first 3 have reached on walks. No one out in the fourth inning. Roxana leads 18-4. The Oilers make a pitching change. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Dad, the toilet's clogged again.
Ruderman to the rescue. We'll clean any drain, anytime, anywhere. Ruderman is your locally owned and operated plumbing and drain cleaning company. We're friendly, fast, and reliable. Ruderman takes the extra steps to protect your home while providing stellar 24-hour emergency superhero service with hometown pricing. So for plumbing repairs, drain cleaning, water heaters, filtration systems, or just when your house pipes are in trouble, call Ruderman.
Hamby, the pitcher on the hill for the Oilers, and the first pitch is a called strike to Billy Mathis, batting here in the fourth for the Shells. Bases are loaded after 3 walks by Hall. Hamby has one hit right back at him. He'll come home for 1. Throw to first is not in time, so they get the force out. 1-2. Mathis reaches on the fielder's choice.
No, actually, that was a pinch hitter there.
Okay, it wasn't Mathis.
Looks like number, I think it was.
Is that Austin Presley, maybe?
Yes.
Number 6?
That's what it looks like. Boy, he hit the ball very hard, too.
Right back up the middle, welcoming Hamby into the game. Hamby was able to knock it down and get the force out at home. And that is the first out of the inning. Bases still loaded. And it's Joe Ingram batting for the Shells for the 4th time in this game. We're in the 4th inning. Roxana leads 18-4. Hamby has one popped up, out of play.
And there goes somebody's car.
I don't know if it hit a car or not. Close. Bases loaded with Shells here in the 4th inning, top of the 4th. 3rd pitcher of the game for the Oilers. There's another ball fouled out of play. Same general vicinity. Ingram protecting the plate. He's in the hole now, 1-2. Zach Galliner on deck. He's got that home run earlier in this game. A couple of triples. Now here's a strikeout as Hamby records the strikeout, 2nd out of the inning.
How about this? Make the pitching change after 3 straight walks, bases loaded, nobody out. Now it's bases loaded and 2 outs, and got a shot to get out of this mess.
Going to be a change at first base as was that Presley.
Sam Mosby, number 15.
Replaced, by Sam Mosby down at first base. So Presley had reached on the fielder's choice, and now Mosby is on the bases. Bases still loaded, but there's 2 outs in the inning.
Is the second softball game going to beat us? Or?
I think they're just getting underway. Now you've got our listeners totally confused because that second softball game aired before this one. Pitch is a strike to Galiner.
Gotta have a little fun here, right?
Counts 1-1. As long as we know what's going on, that's what's important.
Here's the only guy with a home run in the game.
And he hits it hard this time into left field for a single. It will drive in a run, and it will drive in 2. Coming in is Moore to score standing up. 2 more RBIs for Galiner on a single to left.
Boy, he's got 5 in the game now.
2 more runs across for the Shells as a team, and they're up to 20 for the game. Galiner reached on a walk, scored in the first, homered with a 1 on in the second for a 2-run home run. He popped up on the infield back in the third, and now he drives in 2 here.
Another pinch hitter now.
This pinch hitter is number 7, Seth Chester. I know I've mentioned his name about 3 times today. And finally, he gets entered into the ball game. Seth Chester bats for Chance Foss here in the 4th inning. Chester wears number 7 on his blue Roxana Shells uniform top. Runners on first and second take the lead. 2 outs, ground ball back to the pitcher, and it will play at first base for the 3rd out of the inning. 2 more runs scored by the Shells here in the top half of the 4th. Oilers come to bat. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Roper's Regal Beagle, located on Godfrey Road, is the Metro East premier sports bar and grill. Open Sunday through Thursday till 2 a.m. and Fridays and Saturdays till 3 a.m. At Roper's Regal Beagle, you will enjoy some of the area's best pizza from their wood-fired pizza oven. There's also a full kitchen offering a huge variety, as well as a soup and salad bar. Sports fans, Roper's Regal Beagle is the place to watch the game. 27 TVs, NFL ticket, Big Ten, Pac-12, and streaming local high school sports.
To take on the Roxana Shells, still going with their starter Davis, while the Oilers have used 3 pitchers today. First pitch is a strike to Wilson, swinging through the first offering of the inning. Luke Wells, 2/3 of an inning, gave up 8 runs. Hunter Hall, 2 1/3 innings, gave up 12 runs on 9 hits. And then the relief pitcher, the 3rd of the game, Chris Hamby, got the 2/3 of an inning, actually the full inning of work there in the 4th. 2-1 count now to Zade Wilson, leading off the 4th inning for the Oilers. They're down 20-4. 3 runs in the first, a single run in the 3rd. And now it's a full count, or a 2-2 count, I should say, to Wilson. Blake Marks on deck. There's a pitch lofted up. Pitcher, catcher, looks like the catcher's gonna make the play. Yes, right behind home plate.
I'm telling you, you see those and people think, oh, that's just no big deal, so routine, but that might be one of the hardest plays on a pop-up.
Pop-up, I mean, straight up in the air. It wasn't more than 6 feet away from home plate, and that catcher had his back turned to the infield and kind of backstepping just a couple, and he was off balance as that ball was coming down, and he was able to hold on as he fell on his backside.
And that's Presley, who's come into the game for Mathis.
So a new catcher in there.
Pinch hit for him in the 4th inning, and now he's going to stay on and play defense.
Blake Marks scored a run in the first inning with a RBI single. Reached on a walk in the second. Bats here in the fourth with one out. Conversation between the new catcher and his pitcher, making sure they're on the same page. They have been crossed up a little bit on that pitch. Weissop on deck. Blake Weissop 0 for 2 in today's game. There's a pitch low for a ball, 2-1 to Marks. Been a tough season for the Oilers, 3-28. Here's a hard hit ball up the middle, another hit for Marks, on base for the third time today.
Got a couple of hits, an RBI, he scored a run. Just what you want out of your number 3 hitter.
2 for 2 with a walk. So with one out, Weissop bats with a runner on first. A 20-4 ball game. Roxana in control of this one. Foul back to the screen, strike one to Weissop. First time these two teams met, it was a 22-2 ball game, and I don't think too many people thought that would be equaled, but
we're right darn near there.
We've had the same amount of runs scored in a 20-4 ball game.
Yeah.
Here's an off-speed pitch, called a strike, and Weissop's in the hole 0-2 as the starting pitcher Davis bends one in there.
That might be one of the best ones I've seen him throw in this game.
Curveball called strike. Here's a fastball hammered into left field. It will be extra base hit for Weissop. The runner from first, Marks, rounds third, and he'll score standing up. A stand-up double from Blake Weissop scores the 5th run of the game for the Oilers.
Well, just when he throws one good pitch, that was not a very good pitch. I mean, 0-2 count, you groove it right down the chute. What do you expect a batter to do with that ball?
Well, maybe if he had him guessing a little bit to think if he would go back to the curveball, but instead he was sitting on the fastball and he hammered it into left field. A double for Weissop, his first hit of the game, drives in his first run, and Blake Marks has scored the second time today for the Oilers. Brings in Jake High. Reached on a walk, scored back in the third. We're in the 4th inning here. It's 20-5. And here's another hard hit ball deep into left field. That's going to let everyone run for a while. Weissop will score easily.
That's a foul ball.
Oh, it's foul. I was watching the third base coach as he was winding his runner from second around.
Oh, he's going to try to sell it any way he can.
It was close. He was hit too far, kept going foul.
Home plate umpire was right on top of it. He called it foul immediately.
Got to learn to watch the right man making the signals out there. I was watching the third base coach as he was trying to wave his runner in. There's a ball hit up the middle. Shortstop comes up throwing. Foss gets the runner at first.
Skiff at shortstop now.
Skiff is playing short?
Yes.
All right, some changes all over the defensive alignment, and it's Skiff who comes up and makes the play for the second out of the inning. Runner goes to third on the play, and that brings in Hamby, who is now the pitcher. Started the game in left field, now on the mound, Chris Hamby. He's going to fly one to left. Coming on is the left fielder, and he makes the catch for the third out of the inning. 1 run in here in the 4th for the Oilers to make it a 20-5 score. We've completed 4 innings. Roxana comes to bat. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
At Shell Community Federal Credit Union, you are important. We work hard to ensure you have the best banking experience possible. Whether you are inquiring about opening a savings account or wanting to learn more about a loan, our professionals are here to help you with any questions, and we will walk you through every step of the process. Since opening our doors in 1935, we've never forgotten that our members are our most important asset, which is why we continue to excel. For all your banking needs, Shell is the one place to go.
To number 14, Andrew Webb, pinch hitting here, is called a strike. Swing and a miss by Webb. Webb is batting for Vandiver here in the 5th inning. Pitch from Hamby, called a strike 3. First out of the inning is recorded on a pitch at the knees.
At the shoot tops.
At the ankles. But no one's complaining.
Nope, not one bit.
Nobody. Not even the
Scott
K.
Harper even clapped that one off.
Not even the K victim. 1 out, top of the 5th. Hamby misses inside. Or hitting. No, missed inside. Another new batter in here, Ethan Johnson. We saw him bat last inning for Logan Reardon. Batting for the 2nd time here in the 5th. Johnson batted in the 3rd inning for Reardon. Pops one up here, giving chase the 3rd baseman. Catcher also trying to get over to a ball that neither one of them could reach. And it's just a strike, 1-1 count to Johnson. Ethan Johnson had that first pitch from Hamby miss inside, and on that second pitch he was what you would call stepping in the bucket. He was swinging and bailing at the same time. 1-1 count to Johnson. Hamby delivers. This pitch is called a strike at the knees, and it's 1-2.
I'm loving the strike zone.
I'm okay with a strike zone like this every game.
Well, I don't know if you can get coaches and hitters to agree with that, but
there's a swing and a miss, and it's 2 up, 2 down here in the 5th inning as Hamby has struck out his 3rd of the game.
yeah, he's got 3 Ks here and 6 batters since he's come into the game. Only one that's touched him off here was that 2-run base hit from Gleaner. Otherwise, it's been pretty much unhittable here.
Josh Rudd now the batter. Watches a called strike 1. Rudd, one of the few remaining starters still in the Roxana lineup. Scored 3 runs today, been on base 4 times. Lines it up the middle. He's on base for a 5th time today.
Well, he tried to score the last time, but was cut down on that hot hit ball back up the middle off the bat of Presley back in the 4th inning. Was retired on a force play at home.
Rudd is 2 for 2 with 3 walks and 3 runs scored. Randy Skiff bats. He's now the shortstop for the Shells. Hits one hard to 3rd, comes up, knocked down by the 3rd baseman, gets the force out at 2nd, and that will end the inning for the Roxana Shells. They put 1 man on, they leave 1. We've played 4.5 innings, and it's the Oilers coming to bat for their final 3 outs. Roxana leads 20-5. Oilers coming to bat. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Sports, food, and good times. That's what you'll find at Alton Sports Tap. With our daily specials and the best wings around, no game day is complete without us. Between our main bar, enclosed and outdoor patios, you won't know where to begin your evening. Alton Sports Tap has a spacious banquet center offering plenty of space to host any event and the food to make it great. Whether you stop by to catch a game, grab dinner, or enjoy our new live gaming, Sports Tap has got you covered.
Then he spent some time on the dugout bench. Recent innings, he's been playing left field. Now he bats for just the 2nd time today. Actually, this is his first at bat of the game. Bats here in the 5th. Oilers down to their last 3 outs. First pitch was fouled back. Second pitch called for a ball. 1-1 to Wells. There's another pop foul back beyond the screen, and it's 1-2. Tanner Davis looking for the complete game if he can get through the 5th here. And he's had his struggles today. He's allowed 6 hits, 5 runs to this Oilers team.
Yeah, if this is your normal, ordinary game, he's having a heck of a time.
Wells reaches for one that's well out of the strike zone, strikes out swinging, and that's the first out of the inning.
Is that his first? Oh, no. He had 4 strikeouts early, but it's been a while. Hadn't had a strikeout since the second inning. 5th of the game now.
He struck out the side in the first.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's had that 1 strikeout in the second. This is the first strikeout since then. Bottom of the order here, 7, 8, 9. And the first pitch to Blacklock is outside for a ball.
He had an RBI double his last plate appearance. He's been on base twice.
Roxana looking to sweep the Oilers in convincing fashion both times.
It's weird to call these two teams non-conference foes.
Yeah.
It's just strange.
They are literally a stone's throw from each other. I mean, of course, many school districts are have boundaries right next to each other, but these two communities just blend together, Wood River and Roxana. There's a called strike. Makes it 3-1 to Blacklock. Basil on deck. Pitch by Davis misses inside, and it's a 1-out walk to Blacklock here in the 5th. 3rd time he's been on base. Hasn't scored a run. He has driven in a run, but he's been on base 3 times with a single, an error, and now a walk. With a runner on first, Basil steps in, the 9th place batter. He's been on base a couple of times. And the first pitch to Basil is a called strike. Tanner Davis getting the start for Roxana here against Wood River, and he's still on the mound here as we play in the bottom of the 5th. There's a called strike, and it's 0-2 to Basil. Fifth inning of action here in Wood River, and a hit by pitch. Second time in this game, Basil's been hit by a pitch. He's on base for the 3rd time, just like Blacklock before him in the lineup.
Right, and this is the 2nd time where he's hit this batter where he's been well ahead in the count. Yeah, I'll tell you what, if this is your average, ordinary, run-of-the-mill kind of a game, I don't think we'd be seeing Davis pitching right now.
Throwing the bat out there and popping up into short center field, making the catch is the second baseman, Galiner, as Hamby is retired here. Just reached out and barely put the bat on one that went to the edge of the outfield grass, and it's the 2nd out of the inning.
That was the 101st pitch for Davis.
Laboring his way through 5. A ground ball to Skiff at short. Bobbles it, throws on to first, not in time. Had the runner flash right in front of him, and that disrupted the play. And Wilson reaches on an error by Skiff, the shortstop.
That's his 2nd error of the game. 3rd for Roxana here today. He should have been over there.
And that allows
their most dangerous batter probably to hit here.
Yeah, Blake Marks will bat with the bases loaded. 2 outs in the 5th as Roxana tries to finish this one off. They lead 20-5, but Marks is 2 for 2, been on base 3 times, and he's scored twice. Another ball lofted on the infield. Is it playable? The pitcher wants it himself, and he makes the catch in foul territory to end the ball game. Davis makes the catch in foul territory up the 3rd base line, and that's out number 3 here in the 5th inning, and that's going to be the ball game. Roxana wins it by a final score of 20-5. Our post-game show is next. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.